So, hello, Christine. Please start off by introducing yourself.
Yeah, of course. So I'm Kristine. I am class of 2021 at Berkeley, and I studied economics and data science there. Yeah, and so I've been out of school for a year now, and I currently work. I do growth marketing at a startup in San Mateo. So growth marketing, I think. So what growth marketing means, um, it's just that you're basically a team in marketing and you run a lot of A/B tests because you're looking for non-traditional ways to basically do your job well. Like you're either trying to find a way in the ads that you're running, or finding a new like channel to go into that will basically unlock a new opportunity for the company. So it could be like just improving on a process, or um, yeah, finding a way to generate more money for the company. It's just like you're just as a growth marketer, you're just constantly looking for ways to do your job better. Like how can you 4x the amount that you're spending on the campaign, and how can you do it better, basically, that other traditional marketers haven't discovered yet or haven't tried. And so it's your job to like find that new opportunity however you want to. There's a lot of flexibility in that.
That sounds really stimulating and like
Mhm.
amazing. So, can you tell me a little bit about your career trajectory of how you got here from freshman year to now? What was the entire college process like for you professionally?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I think like just throughout undergrad, it's always been like exploring different career paths or potential career paths, just because I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do. When I came in as a freshman, I still didn't really know what I wanted to do as a senior. But since I was majoring in econ and data science, I knew I wanted to do something that like involved kind of like both of these majors. And so I think so like in undergrad, like sophomore and junior year, I kind of had like I did an internship in like marketing, um, social media, and so I really liked that, and I think that was like where like my heart was like telling me to go to. But like a lot of the traditional marketing roles, like it's very I think it's like very basic in terms of like the knowledge that you need, and it's more like experience in order to like do social media well, or like do a lot of the marketing roles. And so I think right after graduating from college, I actually did a business analytics internship because I was like, oh, I really want to like utilize my data science background and just see if this is a route that I want to go, like the more analytical route. And I just didn't like that. It was very boring for me. And so I was like, yeah, like I think I want to like go back into marketing and like find a role in marketing. And so I just like applied to a few places, heard back from this startup about for this like growth marketing role. And at that time, I like just didn't know what growth marketing was. I was like, is this just marketing? But it's not really, because in growth marketing, it's a lot about like A/B testing and like really running experiments and like trying to like hack I guess like the traditional marketing ways. And I think that's just so cool because like I can like be analytical, use my analytics background to like just like to run these experiments and like see what's working and what's not. And like whatever, if it's successful, it's like a great improvement to whatever the company was originally doing. And so yeah, I really like that. But then like 6 months into my first, I guess, real full-time job, I just didn't really enjoy, I guess, like the industry that my company was in, and I just didn't feel like fulfilled enough to stay in. So I shifted and moved on to another startup, and basically doing the same role, but it's just like um, yeah, but a more exciting industry for me. So that's kind of where I am now.
That's great to hear. And so you moved because of your role, because of the industry and not the role.
Yeah, I liked my role, my team. It was just like the product, the industry that wasn't really aligning with what I had passion for. So I like, was looking for another company.
Okay, great. And so could you maybe tell me what a day in the life looks like at the job, and also what are some good and bad parts of the role?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I can start with the day in my life. It varies, I think. But I guess a typical day for me, just because my current role, I'm in charge of paid social. And so it involves a lot of like checking Facebook and LinkedIn on all of the campaigns that I'm currently running and just like making sure that the quality of the leads that's coming in is great, good quality. We're not overspending or underspending on a campaign, and just like really just checking on, I guess, yeah, these campaigns. And then throughout the day, I have meetings with like PMMs, my other teammates, just to like talk about like new projects or new ideas that we may have, or like new ads to create. And then I'm also in charge of webinars at my company, and so just basically sitting in, or yeah, like sitting in a phone booth or a room with a PMM to like run these webinars. That also takes up a good chunk of my time. And yeah, it's great. And then I socialize with my coworkers because I have to work in person, which I actually really like. So it makes work going into the office a lot more fun, being able to see my coworkers in person. So I think that's kind of like my day to day. And then of course sometimes I'll take a break and play ping pong. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up a typical day for me. Lots of meetings, lots of webinars and campaigns checking. And I guess like the good and bad of my role, I think the good is that I really like the power, or like, I guess, the ability I have to really like drive new creatives or new ideas at my company, just because we're still not that big yet. And so like really being able to host meetings and like be in charge of it, and then like tell, I guess, people like the direction that I want to go to, or like new things that I want to try, and then like get the approval from a lot of the people at the company is really cool to see. And it's just like really like seeing the impact that, you know, the ads that I'm creating, the campaigns I'm running like have on the company is also like just really cool, because it's like, wow, like I can see like how much money like I could potentially be generating for the company. And just like having that transparency has been really cool. I guess the bad about my current role is like every startup, I think the work-life balance hasn't been too great, just because like we're like we just don't have enough like people in terms of resources, and there's just so many directions that we want to go, and like so many projects that we want to try, that it's very hard to like be able to fit that into like the typical 9 to 5 timeline. So a lot of times like I have to like work overtime, or just like work later. So that hasn't been as nice. But yeah, overall it's been a good learning experience.
Very interesting. And so what would you say is like a few tips you would give to women who want to enter this specific thing of marketing and growth marketing in startups?
Mhm. Yeah, honestly, I think it's just like having that curiosity mindset and growth mindset, to like just wanting to never think that, you know, whatever you're doing is the right way. Like there can always be a better way somewhere, somehow. And you know, like the interviews that I've had for my first growth marketing role and my current growth marketing role hasn't been the traditional interviews. It's a lot of like, you know, brain teasers and puzzles, and just really seeing like people want to understand the way you think, and it's really like that thinking that like will help you get a role in growth marketing, I think, at least based on my two interview experiences. And I think just like, yeah, just having that mentality to learn, because like as a growth marketer, you should be, you know, researching and look and learning like what other marketers are doing, like whether they're in another company or like online, just like constantly trying to like fill your brain with like more ideas and like more like, yeah, knowledge and what's working and what's not, so that you have a better, yeah, deeper knowledge in whatever you're doing, and you can like come up with ways to make improvements.
Yeah, that sounds right. And just transitioning to some BWIB and school related questions.
Mhm.
Do you think BWIB in some ways like facilitated you getting where you are, and how is that? Just talking through that a little bit.
Yeah, I think with WIB, I remember just because it has been a couple of years, but I do remember like the friendships that I had in WIB, and I think I think we had a lot of speaker sessions, and that was really helpful in terms of like, really inspiring me to like push myself more, and like listening to other WIB alumni and their career paths. Even though I don't think we ever had anyone in like growth marketing, but it's just like inspired me to, yeah, like want to be as successful or like push myself to a trajectory similar to them. And I think that's been, yeah, motivating to like have those speaker sessions. And I think we also had like workshops to like work on your resumes, and we also got to talk to alumni. And so I think like just that whole connection, like seeing women in color, being in like higher places in the workplace, and like what they're doing to like really like fight for like diversity and all of that, I think has been very inspirational.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear you didn't have anyone in growth marketing at that time, but I'm very glad that we have you now to
Yeah, for
share.
sure.
Um,
Mhm.
and so then for people who in WIB and just generally women who are looking to get into growth marketing, is there
Mhm.
some way they can reach you, to maybe like talk to you, contact you for advice?
Yeah,
Email?
for sure. Yeah. People can just email me or just ping me on LinkedIn. I am on LinkedIn a lot because I have to for my job. So either email or LinkedIn is a good way to talk to me, and happy to chat with anyone who's interested.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great. And I think that's everything I wanted to ask you. But thank you so, so much for your time today.